Ow. Sony patents real-time AI censorship tech that could make any game kid-friendly. I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this. This was brought to you by Gaming Amigos. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Because basically what's happening is that Sony has filed for a new patent that outlines technology capable of censoring video games in real time through artificial intelligence. The system, if implemented, could allow violent or mature titles to be instantly adapted into kid-friendly versions. Unlike traditional parental controls that simply block access to the entire games based on age ratings, this proposed technology takes a fundamentally different approach. The AI-driven system would actively monitor gameplay, identifying problematic elements like blood, gore, profanity, or content, then dynamically intervening to sanitize what players see and hear. Think of it as having an invisible editor constantly working behind the scenes, ready to blur a gruesome scene or mute offensive dialogue. The moment it pops up, boom, it happens. According to the patent details spotted by the Glossom Gamer, the core AI architecture works as follows. The first model, the CNN-ANN, is trained to detect when and where flagged content appear from audio or video generating timestamps and frame locations. Once something is flagged, a second model takes over to handle the obfuscation. Whether that means muting dialogue, pixelization, blurring visuals, swapping out blood effects, or even replacing entire character models with less intense alternatives using deepfake or similar technology. What makes the system particularly interesting is its customizable nature. Parents and guardians won't be stuck with one-size-fits-all content filters. Instead, they could define their own boundaries through preset profiles or custom parameters. Maybe you're fine with your kids hearing mild swearing, but you want to draw a line at graphic violence. The AI can be configured to match those specific preferences. The patent even cites examples like nudity, alcohol use in clowns with red balloons as potential censorship targets. So here's the thing, guys. There's a reason why things are meant to be mature. Contextually, it'll make a lot less sense. It'll have really weird continuity if things are just manipulated this way. I don't think it's the right call. I genuinely don't agree with this. It also is tech that it can be dangerous. I don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. I think that basically just don't have your kids play mature games. I think this is a good strategic move maybe by Sony, because they might make it so they can argue that their devices are the new best family friendly thing, because no matter what you play on it, it'll always be really nice. Because think about it, it won't just be this, it'll also be like browsers, anything you open, it'll be absolutely safe or whatever. And if someone contacts someone like through the internet, it'll also be technically quote unquote safe. It'll do everything. So I understand that is their intent, so they can then sell more of their devices and more games can be sold on their consoles, where it no longer needs to care about the rating. Now M rating can be considered any rating essentially, right? So it kind of does that. I don't feel like that's right. I don't feel like that's good at all. When people are making it, they make it with the intent of having certain feelings and emotions. Games are basically, they're entertainment obviously, but they're an interactive art piece. Changing them like this seems like it would just dilute a lot of stuff. But here's the other perspective of it. I think them trying to patent this has two knock-on effects. One knock-on effect is if they fail, everybody is going to try and use this technology if this costs a lot of attention. That's bad. I think that's really bad. If everybody starts using this because it fails to patent, I think that'll be really bad. If they pass it, then that means only Sony will do this. And that means we don't have to worry about it anymore. It won't be a big problem, right? Because if they patent it, nobody else can do it as well. Nobody can use this tech. That's actually not a bad thing, unless they make it into a package and then they start selling it off, as a tool. And that would suck. That would really, really suck. Guys, it's better if you have like your kids play games that are made for kids, if that's what you want. There's people who have spent like years putting together games for kids that are just for kids, that they're meant for, like, adults can enjoy it too, but kids can like use it and it's fun to them. It has a lot of mechanics that other games choose as well, but it also has like the benefit of being, I don't know, entertaining. And like it helps them grow in some way, like there's a reason why they're designed for different demographics. This is just kind of like almost like a marketing scheme to like get them to sell more stuff. I feel like investors will be like, yeah, this is the stuff. I don't know if we agree with it though. This is like they didn't really talk to gamers too much, or families. Parent your kid if you care that much. You can already regulate what games your kids can see on PlayStation. I agree. The one place I think this could be really good is like for stuff that can't be rated. So let's say you're playing a mature game, and the people being able to socialize with each other, like communicate with each other with not just emotes, but like through text or voice or even video or whatever, that makes it now potentially a rating way above that. It can make it an A+, where you have to be like 21 and plus, right? I think this tech could be good for that, where you can then like basically censor or whatever, blur stuff that other people can send you, because they can send you some messed up stuff, right? Will they get banned? Sure, they will. They can have consequences to their actions, sure, but the damage is done. So I think for that, this could be really good. But for the game itself, bro, just pick a different game. Like they even give you here the example that in theory, this could allow a single copy of Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty to work for both adults and children in the same household, with content automatically adjusting based on who's playing. How about just make games for those different demographics and stop using AI to just make new content? Because that's wild. That's wild. Holy shit. Doom rated E for everyone. Yo, imagine Doom, but like everything is like super censored, like blurred, right? Because we're not talking about like here, hear me out. If they make Doom and for some reason they make a second version of Doom where instead it's just like rainbows and like pretty colors and like basically people are pinatas and blowing up into like candy, that sounds hilarious. I'd play the fuck out of that. but not if it's all just blurry mess. You can't see anything, bro. How are you supposed to get your headshots in? What the heck? So if I walk into a strip club in GTA 5, it's going to turn the whole place into a blur. So dumb. The context is still there. You want to make kid friendly things, make a console with only family games like Nintendo. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you. That's the way it should be. Or just make it so there's an entire mode that here's the thing. What if when you make accounts on Sony, you have an account that your kid uses and you have an account that you use. Your account has a password. Their account is logged in by default. So they just go in and that just has settings that only allow certain games to be played. That already kind of does the job. Sin just invented parental controls. All right. God damn it. It's not hard. It's not difficult. I don't want to tell them how to do their job. They're going to do whatever anyway, because it's whatever it makes most sense for them business wise. But personally, I just don't think this is like good for gamers. It's not really what a gamer would want. I mean, that's my opinion on that anyway. Sony's just being silly. Sony's taking a lot of L's. What happened, man? I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. It's wild. I think we can do better. If what we want to do is make versions of the same games accessible to younger audiences, I think it can be done. But I think it needs to be done with certain love and craft to make sure that it keeps its same level of like entertainment and like reason to play it.